let me begin by saying that the President's disbelief at the 6.1% June 2022 inflation rate figure was misunderstood. Okay? He was referring to it as a full year figure when in fact the year to date, meaning January to June, average inflation rate is actually 4.4%. Okay, so that's what he was in mind. Okay, 4.4%. In practice, the BSP projects the monthly inflation rate a few days before the official announcement. The inflation rate of 6.1% for June 2022 is within the BSP's forecast range of 5.7 to 6.5% for the month. And from January to June 2022, as I earlier mentioned, the average inflation rate of 4.4% is still within the Development Budget Coordination Committee's target of 3.7 to 4.7% for the year as of May 24th, 2022. The uptick in the June 2022 inflation rate was contributed by the following: operation of personal transport equipment, meaning the use of cars, etc., electricity, gas, and other fuels, and meat and other parts of slaughtered land animals. Now, the distribution of the first tranche of fuel subsidies worth 6,500 pesos for public utility vehicle operators and drivers is expected to be completed in the first week of July. This is the Duterte subsidy scheme, the 6,500. Now, considering that oil prices are expected to remain elevated in the near term, the government will expedite the release of the second tranche of subsidies for the transport sector. In other words, President Marcos will continue the fuel subsidy that was put in place by the former President Duterte. This will be funded from the windfall tax from fuel oil. The President was correct in saying that the current high inflation experience is global. Among our peers, Indonesia's overall inflation climbed to 4.4% in June from 3.6% in May. Meanwhile, Thailand's inflation rate increased to 7.7% in June from 7.1% in May. Inflation in the Eurozone, which includes Germany, Italy, Spain, Italy, etc., stood at 8.6% in June, the highest in 11 years. And meanwhile, in the US, inflation rate reached a 40-year high of 8.6%. Rest assured, the recent acceleration of inflation will be arrested by the government through addressing constraints in the food, energy, and transportation and logistics sectors.